Welcome back to Breaking the Golf Industry. I am your host, Cameron Cox, and today I am joined by some very interesting young professionals and entrepreneurs in the golf industry. Today I'm joined by Ryan Monkman, Jordan Burnett, and Zach Bell from the Clubhouse Orillia, which is a golf simulator and bar. Jordan and Zach, I got to know you a couple years ago, back when you were solely focused on Always Hockey and your video content and social media. 2 years later, I'm looking at this simulator that's opening up in Orillia, and it's you two gentlemen and your partners that have come into Orillia and take on the golf simulator space, which is a brand new space in the industry, obviously growing like crazy. We're seeing an uptake in participation. Technology is getting so much better. So I guess to start it off, my first question is, who are you and how did we get here?
I'm Jordan. Thanks, Cam, for setting this all up and getting us on your podcast. It's gonna be a lot of fun. Yeah, we kind of fell in love with the game back during COVID, 2020, end of 2020, start of 2021. And as you can see, it kind of took over our lives. We had spent so many days during that time on the golf course and in golfing simulators because that was really the only thing you could do. Um, and we fell in love with the game. It was something that Zach and I could do together and have a lot of fun. It was still so new to us, and we just saw all the possibilities right away. Give a good shout out to Link's Kitchen and Golf Sim in Barrie. I think the three of us spent probably we've probably been in there for a couple months if you put together all of our simulator time. Yeah, like probably a couple months. Great spot, and we took a lot of inspiration from them. And also shout out to upstate New York Fairways Indoor Golf to Alex, right?
Yeah.
Alex, shout out
Yeah.
Alex or AJ. That's what I meant. AJ. Shout out AJ. Also another golf, beautiful sim. They use TrackMan as well. Lynx is on GolfZone. We're on TrackMan, but those two places really gave us a lot of inspiration of what we could bring to Orillia. And having been at the golfing simulators for we opened this last year, so we were in golfing simulators for the better part of like 4 years. And Orillia didn't have one like those ones, the ones that we really liked going to. So we just saw an opportunity and thought we might jump on it. And well, here we are.
Can't stress enough too, like the social dynamic here at the clubhouse as well is something that we really wanted to kind of implement, something that we didn't really see in a lot of sims when we were on the road, other than Fairways, of course, one in upstate New York there. But other than that, there wasn't much of a social dynamic associated with the golf sims. A lot of it is kind of, come in, scan your key, no bars, no social dynamic to it, just like bays on bays on bays on bays. So we really wanted to do something different here with the open concept, with all the bays open, plus our private simulator, just kind of give it a different feel. It's open concept. Everyone can kind of, come here and enjoy their time, whether it's a sport game on or we're having karaoke nights and DJ nights and tons of different things as well on top of just the golf. So this it's just a nice different switch up, something that didn't have here and something that I think it really, really needed.
Yeah. Also, too, like obviously, golfing simulators in the summer lose, I'd say, 99.9% of their business. So having the ability to be able to throw live music in the mix, karaoke, DJ, whatever it might be. We also have a pool table as well. Those have all been really popular and have been super helpful throughout the summer.
And it's been honestly, I've seen a lot of people come in here who are just regulars now because they love the vibe and being in here and hanging out with their friends who don't even golf. And now they're, wanting to pick up the game and wanting to go out and try it, buy a set of clubs, go out on the course, try the game. So it's kind of, we've seen it switch in a way too, where we're bringing golf to a lot of people who haven't seen it before.
It's more than just a simulator. It's a place that people just come and enjoy anything. And rather than a restaurant, they come here because it's clubhouse.
It's the clubhouse. You team me up for all the good questions here. First off, yes, by far best chicken wings there are. They're amazing. But like, you guys honestly mean that. So we're at the end of May here. So in Orillia, like the golf season started, golf courses are going, and for the most part, simulator play, if people have been doing it or a country club has a simulator at their facility, it's already taken down by now. And sim golf is far, far forgotten, and it is all about being on the golf course. Now, fast forward. So I brought two golfers here on Saturday that not golfers, never played golf before, wanted to experience what golf was like. Playoff hockey was going, music was just absolutely pumping. Bar was flowing, food was great. it was an experience that like I had not yet had in a simulator. And to me, it did not matter what time of season it was. It was the perfect experience for what we were looking for. So walk me into that a little bit. So like, what have you guys been finding for the environment here? What's been working for you? And what are the trends you're seeing to help keep people golfing inside in the spring and summer?
Yeah, so I might as well start off by saying this. We opened it June 28th last year. So we had pretty much half a summer to try and get ready for the winter. So this will be our first full summer. We've never had a May here. We never had a July, May or June. Yeah, so we never had a June. So this will be a very big learning curve for us. And we found, like I said earlier, DJ nights, karaoke, live music, things like that have been super. Now, Cam, you said you came in on Saturday. I remember seeing you. Obviously, it was raining that day too, so it does help. Obviously, when the rain comes, people like coming here, which we really appreciate. And then as well as the pool table was, I think a couple of those tables were waiting for the pool table, which is huge. And we're also looking to try and do some summer leagues. You know, I know people love golfing outside, so like all three of us, and being outside, there's nothing like it. But hopefully trying to get people excited to compete in here maybe after the round, you know, start a league up between like 4 and 5 o'clock at night, have it hard start at 6, you're done by 10. Sort of similar to maybe like a beer league, something like that. So that's something we're looking into. We haven't got anything off the ground yet. But yeah, you guys got anything to add to that?
No, I think a lot of people want to come in here and come because when it first opened, it wasn't like you walk in, this is what you have to do. It's kind of, you guys, what do you want to see with this place? How do you want it to grow? And let the customer kind of move the way the business moves to make it better for everybody and the customer ultimately.
That's great. So you guys are fairly new to the game. So you said
Not even a year old.
What's that?
Not even a year old. Yeah.
So new to the game there, but also new to just playing golf, right? So you guys are pretty fresh, call it within the last 5-6 years of playing golf. So you've seen golf through a lens that's very different than when a lot of people started playing golf. For me, when I started, for a lot of people, it was you go to the driving range, you hit some balls outside, you go to the golf course. You guys came into a time when simulators were starting to pop up and saw golf in a different lens. So like, what does golf mean to you guys, and like how is simulator golf played into that?
Well, golf's kind of taken over, well, organized lives for sure, for the most part. I mean, especially after, leaving hockey and not playing anymore, and then, diving right into the content scene full time online, doing that for, countless hours every single day can kind of turn hockey sort of into a job in some dynamics. So kind of reaching for a different outlet. And then, yeah, just golf was something that, perfect. Yeah, going back to what Jordan was alluding to during COVID, was kind of like, oh, like all our buddies are on the course because it's the only place we can hang out. So through that, you're kind of forced to get on the course. And as soon as we got on the course, it was love at first sight. It's completely changed our lives.
We'll have to tell the story of your first driver.
Oh my gosh, we will. We'll get into that. We'll get into that. So, oh man, yeah, we were very much didn't want, like, had no idea what we were doing essentially. So, it was pretty amazing. And then now, like, we travel on the road, clubs stay in the bag. We got like travel kits. Like, we always have our clubs everywhere we go. We always play rounds in every state, every city we're in, anywhere we go. We always try to play at least 1 or 2 rounds before we leave. It's just literally consumed us. Like I said, going from kind of an identity crisis, not being able to play hockey, and then diving into the social space. And then after, years of that, just kind of needing something else to just kind of fulfill that void essentially. And that's been golf for sure. Like, there's days where you wake up and like you feel like you're not complete unless you at least grabbed a club and hit a few balls, which is now turning into every.
I have a question for you, Cam. Like, being in, like, having played golf for as long as you have, like, did you still get that feeling, or like do you just
Do you wake up excited to hit the ball still?
yeah?
You know what? I must say I love the energy that you guys have for golf. I absolutely love golf, and I'm at a time where I'm starting to weigh things out, and time's a big part of that in golf, and that's why for me simulator golf's been a big part of that, right? Like, I will gladly hop in a sim and play for an hour, hour and a half, and I love that. And as you guys saw here, like one of the things now that gives me that same energy is bringing in new players to the game, right? So plug to you guys, like when I was trying to take players out onto the golf course and you got balls flying everywhere and
You
you're
gotta worry
trying
about who's behind you, who's, yeah, I
people
get it.
behind you, where are they, everything else. Like, this space is so welcoming to somebody that's never played golf before, new to the game, that, has that energy, but hates being on the golf course every time because they feel stressed out and feel like they're going to hit somebody, they're taking away somebody's time. So, yeah, I'm starting to find a whole new love of it, like being more involved in this, growing my involvement on the simulator side. But yeah, no, I definitely love the passion that you guys have. It's amazing.
That being said, too, I just say something real quick. We also had the golfer in mind. So when we designed this place, you go to a lot of golfing simulators, and they, like Zach said, bay. They jam in as many as they can. Our bays, we have 4, and they're all oversized. So a lot of the times, if you're golfing at a place, the walls are super close, and you feel a little bit claustrophobic. We weren't looking to just suck every penny out of everyone and put a ton of bays in here. Big bays, nice comfortable atmosphere. We've got the nice tailor-made golf balls in all our bays. Shout out TaylorMade.
QI35 rentals.
QI35 rentals. And so, that was just like something that Zach and I would have loved if we were just getting into the game again, coming to a place like this. So that's what we were really trying to provide.
Yeah, to add to that, Jordan, we've seen some golf simulators on our travels. So a big thing for us was to make sure we had the best technology, like it's like comfortability, oversized bays. Like there's been bays where they don't even have a left-handed ability to read the screen. So like I have to play right-handed at some bays. Or there's been bays where I'm hitting the ceiling, I'm hitting a wall behind me because, well, I'm a lefty and it's not built for a left-handed player. So there's a lot of different things as well that go into that. And that's just kind of where we wanted to create this environment, just completely inclusive, social dynamic, great atmosphere, and there's no stresses or anything that can come with golf, essentially, right? So it was, yeah, we took a lot from our travels on the road and seeing some situations and some different simulators. And
A lot of market research.
yeah, we really wanted to tailor this to the customer, essentially, right? But yeah.
But it's also tailored not just to the golfer, but to everybody. Like if you brought a whole family in here, everybody in your family is going to have an amazing time. It's not just for a golfer to come here.
Yeah, shout out Trackman too. They have some amazing mini games. You can kind of see it behind us, but you can do mini golf on there. There's a couple mini games called like Scrapyard, Target Practice, Close to the Pin. There's a lot of good fun games on there that aren't just play a course or driving range or whatever it might be.
We've seen the kids really enjoying those, like for birthday parties, for example, and stuff like that. Just the mini games are going constantly, and the kids are just having a blast. So it really does touch every aspect of golf. You can even come in here and get lessons with our pro Connor as well, and really dial in that side of the game too.
So you've got this great spot. You've tapped into a market that I think is obviously very fresh and new, but is it's honestly one of the next best things in golf. And I think it's a hard thing for people to justify and get their head around that have been through the traditional game forever. But like let's talk about, how did this start? You got a couple guys that, have just started golfing. Like, whose idea was it to get into the simulator space? When was that first chat?
So just having been going to so many simulators for so long, honestly, I first had the idea when I was in bed with my girlfriend or wherever we were, because she would always come too, and she loves the game of golf, but there was no golf simulators like the ones that we mentioned, like a Fairways, like a Links, that were in Orillia. And then one day, Matthew, who we'll probably video conference in later, because I know he wants to be on here, he called me and he was like, "Oh, like, do you want to get like a rental property and like have it as like a side business or whatever?" And then I kind of threw out the idea of like looking at buildings for a golfing simulator and kind of pitched him the idea. And then literally the next day he called me. He had a agent who was got 3 buildings in Orillia that we were going to go look at, set all the stuff up. And then, one thing after another, it slowly came to life. And then, yeah, like just the main thing was knowing that it was a successful business. What's the word I'm looking for? Model. Thank you. Because the 3 of us here, Cam, you mentioned it, and Matthew and everyone who we hang out with, we were always driving to Barrie, which is, about 30, 45 minutes away, depending on which one you're going to, away from here. And then also at the time where Zach lives up north of Muskoka, hadn't had any golfing simulators at all. And if you guys look up Orillia, where it is on the map, we're kind of like an intersection. So everywhere, north, east, west, it all comes down and we're hoping to pick up on all those customers, all those patrons.
Well, yeah, if you went around and asked every customer where they're from, probably 1 out of the 4 bays is from Orillia.
Yeah.
Like, everybody drives pretty good distances to come
probably,
here.
Like we were going to coming.
Well, we had a bunch of lads from Toronto driving down, making the trip just because they enjoyed it here so much.
Yeah, true.
So
All the
it was-
cottagers actually
and the
come
cottagers
here
coming
as
up,
well.
yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, but yeah, the main idea was just kind of going for it. And then also, like, once I said it out loud, I knew I would have been so mad if, because it was bound to happen. Someone was going to do something like this in this city, in this town. And if it wasn't us, I just kept telling myself, like, we're just going to be paying their bills. Like, we're gonna be there, we're gonna be there all the time. So why not just build one and let other people come and enjoy it? And
we wanted to do it properly, right?
Yeah.
There's also another thing was we didn't know what would be built or put into Orillia and if we'd even enjoy it
Right.
as well. So
Okay, I've never really thought of it that way. Like, you want to build what you wanted here, right? Like that's, I think that's a great point to it.
It's a golfer's paradise.
Yeah, the clubhouse.
Clubhouse boys.
what do you think of the name?
It is so fitting. Like this, when you walk in here, I've come here before, and you've had your friends here playing, families kicking around, and it feels like a place that you just come and you're at the clubhouse. So it's a very cool setting and environment that you've created here. So you decide you're going to dive in. You find the lease. Like, what were you starting to learn? Like, what did you have to learn? What happened next?
First things first was obviously a building. So find this building, 865 Westridge Boulevard. If any of you guys want to come, check it out. And then the next thing after that is technology. We were a signature away from going with Golf's On, and we can get into that if you want to. We ended up going with TrackMan, which we are very happy with. And so yeah, first thing obviously building. Second thing's technology. And then we wanted food and bev. Now the food is nothing crazy, but it's sourced from really good places. So the food is good, but it's not like a 5-star Michelin restaurant, like, baskets and paper and things like that, which is great. And then on the bar side was applying for that liquor license right away. So before we were even open, we were good to go. We had our liquor license. And then yeah, Matthew's father, his best friend growing up is general contractor. So him and his guys came in here and they were absolutely unreal. Shout out Change of Color, Mitch. He painted the ceiling. Took us a little bit to find the right plumber, but other than that, it was.
Your dad did the floors too?
Yep. Shout out to my dad, did the flooring.
Shout out Jeff.
Yep. So yeah, that's kind of like the echelon of what we had to do.
The really simple version.
Yeah, the really simple version. Yeah.
So let's get into the marketing side. Obviously, you guys come from understanding that side, from the social media side, but you're now dealing with a topic that's pretty divided within the golf industry. A lot of players think that golf is traditionally only supposed to be played outdoors. A lot of people don't think the technology is there yet. It's not the same thing. It's not accurate. How did you get people in the door?
I didn't hit it in the water. When you guys, I have a million things I could say, but I'll let one of you guys go.
I mean, I'm obviously not a pro golfer or anything, but I can just say from my perspective, like understanding, especially not knowing anything about golf, and then literally kind of starting on a simulator, it just kind of really dials in just like numbers, yardage, just little things and especially just trying to learn a swing. Like being able to sit there and hit 1,500 balls in 30 minutes is very beneficial when you've hit 0 golf balls your whole life. So there's a lot of things as well and people who don't think the technology is there, I really hope you come in and try it, because it is there now. It is very nice. It's very accurate.
And if you don't think it's there, it's not the technology, it's you.
But also at the end of the day too, we're not going to sit here and say that Sims golf is the same as outdoor golf. It's 2 completely different things, but at least Sim golf gives you the knowledge behind what your shot's actually doing, so that then you can take it out on the course and then.
Yeah, and right after you shoot, you can see all your numbers. You can see, your replay camera on your swing. You can see all these things that you would never have even really had a visual on before. So there's a lot of things that you can use Sim Golf as a tool. You can even use Sim Golf to just have a great time, to get introduced to the game. Like there's so many different ways you can use Sim Golf. To say that it's useless and it's not what it should be is just ignorant, to be honest. It's yeah, you guys got to come check it out then if you're on that train.
Yeah, no, I just want to mention too, in no way, shape, or form are we saying that this is replacing an outdoor golf round. It's like what Ryan said. Simulator golf is okay. We're not saying it's the Masters. We're not saying like it's the real deal. But what we're saying is there's no other way to hit a golf ball in the middle of winter. And then also too is what I kind of just thought about while we were sitting here is, I'm sure tour pros and amateurs and things like that have had access to a lot of these systems that read your spin and your distance and all that stuff. But the recreational golfer up until now has never really had the chance to see these things
Even know about it.
or even know about it. So it's kind of cool that, literally anyone can come in here and get the exact same data than like a tour pro, which is pretty cool to me.
You can like compare it. Like you can put those numbers on a piece of paper and then see your numbers, and like it's all.
Well, yours look the same as the pro.
Yeah, pretty much, eh?
It's awesome. That's
And just from like seeing our friends and us all play here like consecutively over the course of this year, like a lot of our friends have improved significantly as well. Just golfing here.
I have improved, honestly. I like to think so.
Everybody's improved.
Until I get on that first tee and it's just ba-bum, ba-bum, ba-bum.
Hands shaking.
Lights skip, right?
Yeah.
But also, like, for example, like someone who's golfing all day in the summer too, and they come back home. It's 8:30 at night now, and there's, hockey game, sports is on. You can come here, have a good time, and also swing a club again. Maybe there's something in your mind from your round. You're like, I want to come out here and I want to, toy around with that. I want to drill at that point. I want to find a feel here, whatever it might be. There's so many ways you can use sim golf as well. Just think of it as a tool and an awesome social time.
yeah, I love that. And it's
Yeah.
that's for me, like that's it, after work, long day, being able to come out here and, Jay's game on right now, like how awesome is that to be able to get things going that way? So it's not a substitute to being outdoors, but it's just it's an additional add-on that I've never had the access to. So yeah, I completely agree on that. So for a lot of facilities, like when I grew up, finding a job in the golf industry where you could work in the winter was very tough because golf courses didn't have simulators. There was no additional teaching opportunities that you could have. It was very, very slim. And the amount of simulators, there might have been one per city, but it was again, not much going on back then. You're starting to see a lot of private clubs, a lot of even busy public clubs. They're starting to add simulators to their strategic plan, staying open throughout the winter, staying involved with their clientele. Talk to them for a little bit. Like what are some of the things that you've seen from a commercial standpoint of dealing with the public? How can they start to elevate their experiences with their sim facilities, taking it from we've got it, you can come hit balls to really creating an experience like you have here at Clubhouse?
Yeah, well, I think like Zach mentioned earlier, the main thing is just getting the good technology. Because it doesn't matter how awesome your space is if I'm not. I don't really. Should I say like some things?
It's up to you.
I'm gonna do it. Like,
All right.
like if you have like an technology, like it'll get people in, but it's not going to get them back. Like they'll probably come once or twice, but they're not going to get addicted to it, and they're not really going to be able to work on the things they want to work on. I really, really suggest going for a Golf Zone or a TrackMan, or I know Unicore is pretty good. That's a little bit of a better budget friendly one. GS Pro is pretty good as well. So, you've got like you've got a good handful of, different technology, different companies that you can choose from. And I would say just no matter what, get good technology. And don't try to cram too many in. Make sure people who are a little inside aren't worried about hitting the wall. And that's the big pointers for me.
Yeah, just to add on to that, I also think like just don't keep your mind focused on this is what I want to do and keep it that way. Let your customers or people build your business around what they want, or they're not going to come back.
Yeah.
You got to make it happy and friendly for everybody.
It's a great point. I think a lot of courses, it's, let's put them in, we'll fill the bays up, we'll keep it going. But, what you see here, I absolutely love it. You've got people are sticking around, they're hanging out after their round. You're trying to you're extending the amount of time that they're spending at the facility and also multiplying the amount of people that are there. Our families can come out, hang out with us after, get a great meal. There's some great opportunities there.
We had a great, we had this group of women, probably about 8 of them. They had 2 bays, and afterwards they slammed some tables together and they had like deck of cards. They brought like a bunch of, different board games and things like that and just hung out in the middle and stayed for probably like an hour, close to 2 hours after their time was done because there was people behind them so they couldn't extend. So yeah, just to your point, that's all you want to do is you just want to, use it the same way you use like a normal tea time. Like you want people to come here, you want them to enjoy your space, you care about the way that your putts are rolling on the green, like from the owner's side. Like you want to have good greens, you want your fairways to be good. Well, you want your simulator to be good as well. And if all those things are happening, then people are going to have a good time. They're going to keep coming back, and then you know generations are going to follow them. My grandfather's the one who got me into golf, and now look at me.
My papa got me into golf,
Yeah.
and
So you'll have lifelong friends and patrons and customers, and
That's awesome. So what have you guys learned so far? And obviously you've had great friends and great partners. Like you've got Ryan here to be able to help you out throughout the whole time. Like what have you learned and what have you leaned on people to help like teach you throughout this time?
yeah, I could do a whole other podcast about things we've learned. I guess just the biggest, like, I honestly, and this might sound stupid to people listening or watching, but I didn't realize how much work it was going to be. Having the food and bev involved has taken it to a pretty extreme level of, you gotta be on your crap. You got to make sure that you're ordering food, ordering drinks, and then cooking it properly, everything clean. Like there's a ton of stuff that goes into that side of things. If we were a turnkey solution with the book your bay, you come once a week, make sure things are in order, maybe sweep, maybe do whatever you have to do. I kind of forgot where I was. I don't know. You guys go.
you just gotta like just keeping the business open is a lot of work.
It is.
Like
It is.
it's not for one person, and like if you don't have a family of people to make it work, then it wouldn't be what it is today.
Which luckily for us we do. Ryan doesn't just help either. He put some of his own money into here to help us get it off the ground, as well as Charlie. Shout out Charlie. Shout out Zach's parents. Shout out Matt's parents. Shout out my parents. Shout out Adriana. She's been huge help as well. But yeah, just you need to have a good structural. At least us personally, like we had to have like a bunch of hands on deck. It was a real community driven thing. Like I said, Mitch from Change of Color painted our roof for costs. Didn't make a cent on it. My father did the floors for free. Our contractors were amazing. So it really took a village. This wasn't built on any one person's shoulders.
Even customers are bringing stuff in to
Yeah.
make the place better. There was no pool cue holder, so he
Yeah.
went home and made it that night and brought it back the next
Yeah.
day and was like, "Here you go."
Yeah, so cool. We got so lucky, and yeah, you want to
Built by the community for the community.
exactly.
A lot of helping hands. Shout out to everyone who helped us along the way. It was, yeah. George hit every point there. It was huge. We wouldn't have been able to do any of it without everyone who was involved, everyone who helped. So, and it's not like we knew what we were doing anyway, right? So it was big risk to believe in us and invest in us.
That's how much we like golf. We just wanted to simulate.
And figure it
It's
out
been
later.
amazing. It's been amazing.
It's been a dream come true, and it's honestly felt like it's been a lot longer. The fact that it hasn't even been a year yet is crazy. So we're just going to continue to try and develop and bring new things to the facility to get people interested, to keep them having as good a time as they've had, do upgrades here and there, and yeah.
So this is your first summer that you're going into this. And obviously this had to be a part of your plan. You knew coming into it that you were going to be going from full capacity all the time, and then that was going to be shifting through the spring and summer. How did your strategy start, and how has it, through all the things you've learned, kind of changed and morphed into what your strategy is now?
Yeah, so the strategy is the atmosphere, live music, karaoke, DJ nights. We're doing that pretty much every Thursday through Saturday on the weekends. And that's generating a lot of our business. And that's really it.
We still have golfers who play in the summer. We still
just had a lesson
today
too. So
so it's and we should touch on the lesson stuff as well.
Parties as well. People book birthday parties and private events for the whole place to have it out. So
we have a wedding who's doing their post ceremony. I don't know what that's called, but they're coming here for their after
reception.
yeah, the reception
that's
or whatever. So yeah, different things like that. Good point, guys.
A lot of private parties, a lot.
Yeah,
That happened like in like Christmas. A lot of Christmas parties that came in, and it wasn't even people that were golf related companies that came in, and then they realized, oh, this place is here, and then that brought in just 10 times the customers that will make the summer easier.
yeah, and then definitely for the summer too, leaning on NHL playoffs, NBA playoffs. You've got some pretty good golf tournaments, and obviously any rainy days are huge. It's funny, since we opened this place, I hate the sun. At least for now.
That's amazing. I remember I was reaching out to you guys a couple weeks ago, and I was worried that you guys would be golfing because it's too sunny out. But then I remember that you guys being here and you'd be hitting it up in here. So it's been really cool to see the dynamic change. And we're at a time right now where you guys are you're the literal start of a generation of new golfers that have had the option to play simulator golf from the beginning of their time. So from now on, there will be no golfer that picks up a club that doesn't know what simulator golf is or the opportunity to. Talk to the new golfer or talk about the experience as a new golfer and what simulator golf meant to that, and what we'll probably see now that that's going to be something accessible to golfers.
Yeah, at least there's access and opportunity, and then obviously, like I said before, using the sim as a tool as well. So like you said, this new generation of golfers is going to be a lot of them who will be able to use these tools as well and just make their game so much better, knock their cap down so much quicker. Just be involved in access to these facilities as well. Like literally go out, play 36, come here at 9 p.m., play another 36. Like there's just a lot of different ways, just like using it as a tool, especially for me and Tord, and that's just starting into golf, like kind of starting in golf simulators. Like I said earlier, it just give us a lot of information and data that we really would have never known otherwise. So, and then pairing that obviously with shout out Martin Chuck, one of our golf coaches there. His son plays hockey in Arizona, so we got to go out there and go to his camp for a week. And just stuff that you'd never know, grips, all these different things. And then we just take that to the simulator and we work on exactly what we were shown and just that stuff like that, just to improve the game. So I think from the competitive side, there's a lot more access, a lot more opportunity now. That's just kind of what was really important to me was I wanted to be better. We all want to be better. Golf is a addicting sport that, it drives you crazy because it's unlike anything else. And it's kind of like when we work in the social space. We know guys from lots of different sports, not even sports, whatever they might be, comedians, cooks, whatever it might be, social media guys. But you bring them all to the golf course, it kind of just levels the playing field. And it's kind of like everyone can still play no matter what level you're at, but then you can also compete and compete against yourself. And I think that was kind of the biggest thing that really got us into golf in the first place was like, hey, this is something that we're not good at. Like we need to get better. And for me, from that side was kind of my introduction to like the social world of golf as well. Like when we started doing trick shots with all the golf creators and all our buddies who are, doing sort of what we're doing in hockey, but in golf side of things. I know I'm going off track here, but it's just kind of all came through sim golf, funny enough. So it was, it just,
I also think just like if you're starting off at golf, to go to the range and get a bucket of balls, you're $10, and you're gonna blow through that in 5 minutes.
I don't find that very fun.
You can come here for an hour and hit 1,000 balls.
It's more fun
and get 10 times better than you would spending that $10 at a range for learning. And then once you get your swing figured out, then take it to the range. But it's a great thing to come here and learn before going outside.
That's a great comment there, because my next question was going to be, if you asked me 5 years ago, the best way to introduce somebody to golf, I would say you start by taking them to the driving range, get them a couple lessons. There's an awesome program called Operation 36 that kind of gradually gets people scoring in golf. That's a great opportunity for it. But really starting at that green grass level, going to the driving range, hitting ball after ball after ball, eventually try to go to a par 3 course or do some sort of playing lesson with a professional. There's a lot of steps before you kind of get on the golf course and get going, but that was the best way, in my opinion, on how to get people started into the game of golf. From your experience, like how has that changed now, and what do you think the best way to get into golf is if somebody's eager to try but never has done it?
I think the best way is just to come to the sim, whether you're even playing the mini games on the sim, like you're still hitting the ball, which that's the main thing once you're starting out, just making contact, and no point in
Ryan would know that.
going out and getting mad on the course when you know you're not going to do well. Like just come here, start, learn, and then take it outside before you don't have to, like, nobody's here. You're not going to be embarrassed. And if you are, there's a room with a door that you can close and nobody's going to see your swing.
That's a big part about it, yes.
Unless we look on the cameras, then we see.
Yeah, I think comfortability is a big part of it too. Like, especially for us when we started, we didn't know anything about golf. Like you're honestly nervous going to the golf course. You don't really know how things work. Like literally the base starting of golf. Like there's a lot of things that kind of go with that. And here, like Ryan's saying, you can go close the door. No one's watching you. You can shank as many balls, miss the ball as many times as you want. There's no pressure. There's none of that feeling that you would maybe get with you're just
You don't have a
jumping out onto a
scorecard
golf
that says
course or
72 at the end,
whatever it
and
may
you
be.
have to see your score. It's turn the sim off and you're done. You don't see your score.
It's funny, you know, when we were playing there the other day with a player that doesn't really play much. We're talking about how we're spending less money on the simulator time than we would on balls themselves from losing them, right? Like
Yeah.
That's a good point. I mean,
it's cost effective there in that sense too. I'd love to tap in a little bit more just on how would you promote indoor golf to a professional or a golf professional that's in the industry that, you know, might have a negative viewpoint on simulator golf, and how would you help try to win them over to understand the concept? Because, you know, when I started actually getting involved in it, like I was hooked from the beginning, and it was it takes being at an experience like this. Like I do believe, like you know, you could go hit balls in a simulator, but to come to an environment like this, you can kind of see how you can take golf from having this new additional avenue for enjoyment and a fun environment. So what's your suggestions or comments to golf professionals?
I say come out and prove me wrong.
I'll just say I'm surprised it hasn't came up or we even talked about it yet, but the TGL.
Yeah.
You know, that's kind of like I love that they're doing that, Rory and Tiger and everyone else behind the scenes. I think it's kind of shed a new light on indoor golfing simulators. Obviously, you know, that's next level. And I'm sure that'll come to the consumer grade probably in the next 50 years. But yeah, as of right now, I think, you know, just look at what they're doing, exploring the boundaries of golf and, you know, what watching golf could look like, what it could be. And then also too, like just having all the data. It's no different than, you know, if a pro, like if we're talking about like the upper echelon of pros, you know, they can go practice or hit as many balls as they want. It doesn't really, but like even like just a step below or two steps below, if you don't have access to private club and, you know, sponsorships, all those things, you know, this is where I would be coming. Where else would you go? Unless you're going to just personally buy a $20,000-$30,000 TrackMan to keep in your backpack and go to the range. Like, you know, you got to worry about your flights and your airplane tickets and qualifying for these events. Like this is where I would be if I was trying to be a professional golfer and working my way up, you know?
and we're already talking about how good the technology is now. It's just going to keep getting better, especially with how much golf has exploded in the last 5 years, just popularity wise, and just the amount of people getting into the game. There's a lot of money being dumped into these systems. There's a lot of, you know, development going on. Like these technologies are just going to increasingly get better and better. So,
Yeah. And
as far as the technology,
kind of touching back onto like when we were first looking to open this place, obviously is doing a ton of research, and the golf market as a whole, but indoor as well, is set to, like, I think the number was crazy. It was like 30x, maybe even more, 300x in the next 10, 20 years. Like it's the golf world is exploding right now. And I think these simulators play a big role in that as well. You know, you've got,
I think it's just the old golfer kind of upset about golf's changing and don't want to just move like into the new era of what golf can become, and they're keeping kind of a dome on it where we're trying to break dome and show people what.
I mean, you don't have to look further to live, right? That all that stuff went down, and just from an outsider seeing that happen, I loved it. I thought it was great. I thought it really opened up the space to a lot more people and just growing the game. Like golf is just growing exponentially, and I don't think you should be limiting that. I think you should be open in all facilities and facets of golf in any way it can be, right? I believe that golf's a major growing sport, and I think in Canada too, like a lot more young hockey players are picking up a golf club, and I think that's huge because like
Or putting on the skates and just
yeah, and it's
because now you can golf all year round. Like before, it was like golf in the summer, hockey in the winter. But
and there's always kind of a stigma around golf growing up because when we played hockey, it wasn't cool to play golf. So none of us played golf because it wasn't cool. So nowadays, it's like, oh, we all wish we grew up swinging the club because we're trying to like work through this muscle memory we just don't have. We're trying to phase out hockey swing, golf slap shots and all these different hip rotations and movements. We're trying to like work our way back to like what a golf swing is, how it should look, how it feels, like stuff like muscle memory that you just didn't get to build as a kid. I think that's going to be changing. I think golf, like I said, is there's going to be a lot of hockey players who are full-time golfers at the same time, whether that's, off season or just even hockey players quitting to play golf. I see it going in that direction. Yeah. I mean, I wish I played golf growing up. Now,
Golf is cool now.
golf is cool
And
now. Yeah.
golf is cool now. And to be honest, for quite a bit of time, like we were seeing golf not growing at the level it was. And obviously it's got a big boom now. Is golf going to stay cool?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I think with like YouTube golf and just all the stuff that is now in the golf space, that it's just going to get bigger and bigger and bigger, that it's not like, I don't know why you wouldn't get yourself into the golf industry right now.
To touch on Ryan's point, like all the creators, a lot of the creators in the social side of just the world, a lot of them are getting into golf. So you can also see it. Whereas like your favorite creator, whoever you're watching, is now doing 2-man scramble matches on YouTube with other celebrities and other this and that. So like we're just seeing golf touch so many different avenues and lanes of people, and I think that stems from obviously the explosion of golf, YouTube golf, TGL, simulators, all of this just kind of rolls into growing the game. And we're seeing that a lot.
and to help that continue, facilities like this, because even maybe not 5, 10 years ago, you weren't able to golf in Canada unless you were driving to Florida or flying to Florida. And so that, I'm sure, played a big impact on the game's ability to grow in places like this,
Yep.
where we get all 4 seasons and we get winter for probably 6 months of the year. And then if you factor in the early spring and fall, you've got 3 good months of golf. So facilities like this are just going to continue to help the sport grow in places like Northern Canada, in places that have all 4 seasons and isn't Florida or Arizona.
Even still, like even in Florida, like you're not going to want to golf when it's 100 and something. That you're going to want to go inside.
Me and Zach, when we were in Miami last, we ended up going to this golfing simulator every single night.
This is true. Yeah.
Yeah. So even in places like Ryan said that don't get snow, we were still in facilities.
And like the nicest courses in our area, they open, middle of May and they close middle of October. So your 3.5 months that get the best, and it is what it is. But yeah, at least this is year round. You can always get involved. You can always try. You can always, have a good time, a social dynamic, like we're saying, right? So
Zach, you touched on something I actually didn't think we would talk about, but the YouTube golf, and that's not something I've come to terms with yet. That I'm not sold yet on the YouTube golf side of things, but like clearly it's been a massive driver for participation in golf and people getting like more involved. You guys have obviously done your fair share of content on course that way. Like, who's watching that and why is it important and why is it causing a boom?
the next generation is watching it, and that's why it's important because this is. Go ahead.
No, I think it's the golf YouTube is like booming because everybody's posting it. It's not just professional. You see golfing on YouTube. It's the average person going out there not playing well all the time, and it kind of gives you that I can go do that, and then you go watch it more because it's theoretically that's just me out there golfing. I can't do that shot either.
The big thing for me, like when I was younger, I originally got into, YouTube because we didn't have cable anymore. I feel like cable is kind of like fizzling out. And to sit there and watch a golf tournament all day, honestly, people don't have the attention span for it anymore. So if you go on YouTube, you've got at least three, maybe four. There's even groups of like 8 guys, cameras banging around, balls are going everywhere. They're playing a cool game. I think it's just like what the new generation likes. It's what I liked. And like I said, I didn't have cable since I was like 12 years old. Like I don't have TV. I have YouTube.
And I think, sorry to touch on that too, I think it kind of shows this YouTube golf explosion has been able to show the personality of these players as well, make them human to us as the viewer. Because before it's more like you're just watching these guys do amazing things on TV. Like you're not really getting any interview with them. You're not getting like it doesn't showcase any of that. It's basically you watch the round, you see the celebration, and that's it. So it's sort of like YouTube golf. Like you're getting to sit down and listen to Phil for 2.5 hours, play around with someone who's just a Garrett or a Grant or whoever. But it's just like you get to sit down and listen to Phil break down what he thinks and the memories of his playing back. Like I think it just really shows these guys in a different light, and it's really opened up the game. I just think it's kind of made it more human and more relatable.
Also, too, I think the reason why a lot of these professionals have kind of gravitated towards it is because golf is a really, really good en route to do something like that. You're sitting in a golf cart with Grant Horvat and it's almost like its own mini podcast every time you hop in the cart. It gives players like Bryson, John Rahm, Phil, Justin Rose, Jordan Spieth, all these guys who have, when you sit down and talk in front of media after a tournament or whatever, it's a lot different than sitting next to like a Grant or someone and playing around the golf, like I feel like it might be like pretty relaxing for them. And I think that's why, those guys have came, and then the viewers, obviously, I mean, who doesn't like watching that? Like it's pretty cool stuff.
And there's also different avenues of YouTube golf. If you want to watch professionals, you can watch professionals. If you want to watch people having fun or lessons or whatever, it's
Yeah, I think that's been so. For people that don't know even like that YouTube side of it, like I guess that for us the instruction side and the club fitting side, TXG did a great job at kind of making that boom from the instruction side. But like, what is this YouTube golf craze now? What makes somebody good at it, and like what is happening?
Well, the cool part is you don't have to be good at golf. That's the thing. It's just personalities or whatever. If someone gravitates toward your content, they're just watching you because they like you. They're not necessarily watching you because you might. Odds are you're not the best golfer, right? So like, we're seeing a shift where people just want to see content. They want to see personality, and they want people to be personable. They want to relate to you. So it's kind of yeah, it's a big shift, and I think that's why it's good. And from the instruction side, like you guys should be pumping that because it's bringing in mass amounts of people who don't know how to play golf, but they want to get involved. So that directly leads into the instruction side of things, right?
Well, even before Connor's lesson, what do you call someone getting a lesson? The guy who was getting a lesson from Connor was in here, and they were talking while we were setting up. And even he says, like, Connor asked him, how's the game been? Like, what are you working on? He's like, honestly, I haven't been playing as much as I want to. And, I took some things you said and took some things I saw online. So, people are using, whether it's YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, whatever it might be, they are using these platforms to try and improve themselves in the game and try to get different feels and things like that. So it's all just, excuse me, it's all just building blocks for what we're trying to do here. Because after you sit at home and watch all those, where are you going to come to try and practice or whatever? It's hopefully here.
At the end of the day, it grows the game.
Yeah.
And that's always needed.
Might have to go watch some after this and see if I can get bought into it a little bit more.
I like watching the Major Cut series from the Bryan Bros and Grant. It's really
Okay,
good.
good.
It's really good. Some of the videos they did with Phil too are really good.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
There was just some that stuck in my head for some reason.
No, they are good. Phil's
Seen
so
Phil
fun.
out there just shooting.
And Zach's a lefty too, so obviously he brings up Phil. But
Phil and Grant's videos though, they're pretty. The 2v2s.
Yeah, right. A lot of left-handed golfers up here.
A big portion to a lot of people, but I guess that I probably have the similar view to a lot of people that have similar view to simulator golf and experiences like this, where you don't really know it till you're part of it or you've seen how much growth and impact that it has to the game. So like with all this in mind, like you can see where the growth is. Simulator golf, YouTube golf, all these aspects that have grown you into the golf game. Like what's next and like what are you going to do to be a part of it?
A lot of golf content coming this summer. And that's just something that we're going to be doing just because it's something personally I want to do as well. Me and Jordan are passionate about this, obviously, right? It's kind of consumed us. So for me, it's just becoming a better golfer is what it is. It's just getting more content out, showcasing to my followers, what I love to do, which is hockey or golf, sorry, and hockey, of course. But right now it's golf. Oh, geez. So you know what I mean, right? So it's just that's kind of the big one.
I had something and I forgot. I'm gonna see if I remember. What was your question again?
Question was like what's
Oh, right. I remember what I was going to say. Well, so for people like you, from people like you, like Golf Canada, giving these indoor facilities a chance to run their own leagues, and you guys graciously have those leagues be able to go and do the RBC Open thing. It was called the BDO National, right? That's what you guys are doing, and so things like that, like being able to play on an indoor golfing facility and potentially earning a spot to go play outside at a prestigious course before a prestigious tournament is very, very cool. And I think things like that are only going to help. Other than that, obviously the technology is going to keep getting better. I don't know how it's so freaking good as it is, but unfortunately for my swing. Um, and yeah, I just think that, as more people continue to get into the sport, just like anything else, it's just going to continue to grow. And the world lately has found really weird ways to grow. So who knows what it's going to be next, but I'm sure it'll be pretty freaking fun.
Yeah, I'm ready for it.
Yeah.
it's great.
Yeah.
Can't we see some YouTube sim golf? That's what I'm looking for. One of the things that I'm just a little curious in is like, what's the demographic of people that are coming here? Like, are they
Everything. Whether it's people coming, honestly, we're right next to the Cineplex. There's been family, like just a couple, like parents come in and go, "Oh, what's this?" And then they ended up renting clubs and golfing for the first time, or dads bringing their kids in to learn, or just us coming here to golf. There's no age gap or demographic that comes in here. It's just
Yeah,
you never know who's coming in.
It's a scatter plot for sure.
That's
And the
awesome.
dots are everywhere.
And who gets most excited or who gets won over the most? Like who loves the simulator?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Literally guys like us, like before we had this place, there was nothing more I look forward to than driving down to Barrie with the boys and going to play some sim golf, have some pops, have some wings, like it
Nothing
might
better.
be still because we are generally new to the sport, but I think a lot of guys are like that anyways, whether you're going to play golf or ski and snowboard or go ice fishing. Like when you can have something to do together with your friends and family that you enjoy, I mean, you just get really pumped for it.
And if you are that guy who is, a golfer, serious player, and he wants, you've been trying to get your buddies to go out and golf with you forever, but they just don't want to or they won't. This is the easiest way to bring them in. There's so many different game modes, options, even on course. You can do 4-man scrambles, 2-mans, 2v2s, 4v4s, whatever it might be, best balls, scrambles, like whatever. So it's just touching on that. I think that was
But the tie on that too is like even the time, like you can't get your buddies to go out because they don't want to spend 4 hours golfing. You can rent like you come here for an hour.
Half an hour there.
Like
It is.
you can do an hour. Like you were saying, you don't have the time to do
You've got to
golf all the time,
hours of your day to
but you can golf for an hour twice a week. You can't do that at an actual golf course. You can't call them and say, "Can I only come for an hour?" You can call us though.
Let's have some fun with it now. So obviously lots can go on at a golf course and I've got my fair share of stories of funny things that are happening on the golf course or whatever. Give me some stories about at the clubhouse. What's some of the funniest things that have happened at the clubhouse here?
All right, I'll start it off with this one. So some people when they come in, and back when Zach and I were first starting and playing on systems that maybe weren't as good as these, there were some days where I was shouting at Ross, this is back at Muskoka Highlands, back when they had HE, Ross, it's not working. There's no way it's going that far right. Turns out it was probably working just fine. but a couple gentlemen here, they were regulars. They'd come probably once a week, if not once every 2 weeks. Three of them would only play for an hour, sit down, have wings after. Very casual. But one day I'm doing my thing, serving, and I hear my name called. And as I'm walking over here, see him hitting shots. And when you hit it in the water or into a hazard on TrackMan, you gotta select if you want to drop, re-hit, whatever it might be. So it's sitting on that screen, and the gentleman goes, "It's not working. It's not letting me go." And I go, "Okay, sir. Well, all you have to do is you're just gonna select drop here. It looks like you've gone into the water." And he goes, "Well, I didn't hit it in the water." And I was like, "All right. Well, I just clicked mulligan, and he didn't even realize what happened." But another really good one too. I unfortunately wasn't here for this, but we got it sent to us pretty quickly.
Yeah, I
Um,
know you're
we have this threesome walk in, and their first time trying the simulators. This is so sweet. This is like the older generation coming to do something that maybe like a younger generation's kind of putting up or whatever it might be. But they all come in and they put their bags on push carts. So they wheeled their bags in on their push carts and came and had their bags on push carts, which I have never seen before. Thought it was really, really sweet.
We love it.
Yeah, laughed at the picture for sure, but yeah, that one was pretty freaking funny.
We've had one of our buddies had a hole in one not too long ago. That was nice. Yep.
Yeah,
First sim hole in one.
and when he got the hole in one,
Oh,
it shows if you put the ball in the hole anytime other than like putting on the green, it'll show a little replay of like a chip in or whatever. So it shows the replay of Nick's shot, and he was with his friend's little brother who doesn't really understand as much. He's new to the game, and he instantly just walks over and goes boop skip before they could take a video or anything. So
pull it from the security cameras for that. You break lots of clubs. Yeah.
That wasn't here. That wasn't
No,
here.
that was here. Right there.
Oh no, that
right
was
there.
yeah. That was,
I've seen you break 3 clubs, so yeah, that was
yeah,
good.
we won't talk about
We won't
those.
talk about that one, no.
That was Jordan's club.
Well, guys, it's been a pleasure speaking to you, and I've learned a lot about simulator golf. Getting to spend some time with you and seeing it firsthand from your experience in being those new golfers that are coming to the game and making sure that simulator golf is a big part of that. Do you have anything you want to leave the guests with, or any insights or things that people should be open to?
Hit them hard, hit them straight. Come see the clubhouse.
absolutely, definitely hit him hard, definitely hit him straight. Also too, when you come to a golfing simulator, you just got to realize that you're getting so much data that it might be a good idea to just look up a few things and see so you can understand what you're looking at. Because before we own this, like even going to like a golf site, wherever we were going, I never really paid attention to the numbers too much as I probably should have. But then obviously being here and having to learn the system so I can, help people understand who are paying here to paying to come here. Um, Literally just take a quick little Google search, snap a photo of one that felt really good, and you can look it up later when you get home, because that's just going to help you so much and it's going to be a lot more engaging for you.
Yeah, and if you're looking for a good time, just come to the clubhouse.
He gets more numbers just than the yardage one, I
Yeah.
guess. We learned that
Or
one.
total and carry.
And let's give one more quick hit. Somebody that says, "I hate simulator golf, it's not real." What are you saying to them?
I say, come in, try it out, and if you don't like it, I'll pay for it.
I'll just say I hope I'm never in your foursome because you sound like a party pooper. No one's saying this is like real golf, but we're saying it's swinging a golf club and hitting a ball. So, I mean, I guess depending on what real golf is to you, could be, could not be. You got a lot of information in here. It's a lot of fun. Maybe you just need some buddies to come with and just relax a little bit. Get a little clubhouse logger, if you know what I mean. Oh, shoot.
Well, it's been really cool to see the environment here, and has changed my opinion as I've continued to grow towards the simulator side of the industry. And yeah, it's what a cool experience. It's not supplementing being on course, but a great addition, and keeps me connected to the game even more than I was. So yeah, it's really cool what you've done, and to be able to hear from you guys firsthand on your experiences, not only as new golfers, but as business owners starting in this industry. Thank you guys so much for all of your insights today. It'll be great to hear it from the professional side and being on that business side. So thank you again, and Ryan, Jordan, and Zach. It was a pleasure speaking with you, and wishing you all the success here at Clubhouse.
Thank you, Cam. Thank you as well. And shout out to Golf Canada. Having you guys in our corner means a lot. And it takes away a lot of stress and anxiety knowing that you guys are in this and that you guys are backing us as well. It does mean a lot. A lot of other owners feel the same way. So thank you.
Cam, you're the man. Thank you, brother. Well, you want to swing a bit, Cam, or what?